This is the view of the Vantec 2-port USB 3.1 Gen 2 PCIe add-on card. You got 2 port RUSD, 1 USB Type-A, and 1 USB Type-C. The USB naming scheme is super confusing. We're not gonna bother explain that on this video. They are both 1 and 10 gigabits. According to my test, they are at least more than 5 gigabits. The USB is very tricky too. You can't quite max out the bandwidth for some reasons. If you know the reasons behind that, please let me know on the comments down below. Anyway, back to the add-in card. This is a very simple add-in card. Besides the 2 USB ports, it requires another set of power to max out the performance. Yes, it will work without the set of power. However, they are not as fast and stable if the external power is not plugged in. Also, you should definitely plug in the set of power if you plan to connect it with the external hub. Speaking of the external hubs, I connect it with the USB Type-C hub. It surprised me all the ports work, including the Type-A, Type-C, Ethernet, SD card reader, and the video out too. Of course, the video out is from the integrated graphics, not from the video card though. Only the power in port on the Type-C hub I didn't test. It would be so funny if that works. In the speed test, I tested it with the NVMe drive within a USB 3.1 Gen 2 adapter. The sequential speed is 960-ish read and write on the crystal disk mark, which is about 7 gigabit per second. It is a bit more than 5 gigabits, which is the USB 3.0 standard, or some manufacturer call that 3.1 without Gen 2 nowadays, but it can't quite reach 10 gigabits. In the real-world file transfer test, the max speed is about 600 megabytes per second, which is not quite impressive. Again, USB most of the time cannot reach the maximum speeds just like your internet provider does. Especially USB Type-C, there are so many factors to bottleneck the performance, such as the cable quality, the drive, the controller, the connector, sometimes even the CPU if you test the random speed. The purpose of this test just proven the add-on card is capable of USB 3.1 Gen 2 10 gigabit speed that it claims. I also test the Type-A and Type-C ports. They share the very similar read and write speeds, which is good. The only difference is that my Samsung phones show fast charge when I plug into the Type-C ports. In contrast, it only showed normal charging if I plug into the Type-A ports. When I try to test a little bit further how much power the Type-C port could provide, it showed an error on the USB voltage meter. It won't charge my phone when I put in the voltage meter in between. I replaced my phone with the Type-C battery bank. It shows 5 volts and 1.6 amp, which is not quite a 10 watts, but at least my phone thinks it is. One thing surprised me though, the 4K random queue depth of 1 speed is surprisingly fast. 47 reads and 80 writes, which is not much different than directly attached to the motherboard. This is a PCIe Gen 3 x 4 add-in card that is fully capable to max out the 2 USB ports. On the sequential test, it proved there is no performance hits when I did the benchmark on both drives connect to both ports at the same time. The whole package comes with the card itself, the driver CD, the menu, the tall and short PCIe brackets, which is good to have, but I didn't use neither of the brackets because I use this on my special wall mount PCs. I just use some kind of foam clay, something like a Play-Doh to fix it in place. I didn't need to install the driver on the CD2. Windows did the job for me. If your PC have more PCIe device like me, you may need to dig into the motherboard's BIOS to get the best performance out of everything. In conclusions, if you're still rocking with the old platform and you're happy with the performance, but you are jealous of the USB Type-C, I think this is not a bad upgrade. Price and shipping: $29.99 before tax. Free shipping if you are Prime member. It does include everything you need. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Leo. Here's How to IT. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.